Our local represents roughly 11,400 members, with 400 people statewide. Of course, aside from the judicial branch of government, corrections, law enforcement, University of Minnesota employees, as well as Minnesota State College and University system. And we have, we have a whole host of issues that we're working on. For those of us in the judicial branch, we want to start the conversation of when it comes to salaries in the public defense system, parity with the state prosecutor's office, the attorney general's office. There's quite a difference in pay between the two organizations, and that's something we've been battling now for probably, we're going on 15 years, I think, and we've made some progress along the way, but it's something we're always trying to work on.
Can you please spell your name?
Sure. Gene Ablard, A-B-L-A-R-D.
And where do you work?
I work in Black's County Sheriff's Department.
Okay. Why'd you come to Lobby Day today?
I came to Lobby Day primarily to support the Teamsters. There's a pension reform bill right now. I've been in that field for about 15 years, and I think from my perspective, a lot of people misunderstand the county jail, understanding that there's been a lot of officers injured, and by taking 911 corrections and combining them, I think it's going to strengthen the pension bill. Also, a lot of people think, well, the state prisons, that's where the severe inmates are, and we actually get them first. So back in 2009, I worked with a gal that will never work again in corrections. She was severely injured, and so I take it to heart. And whether you're a Republican or Democrat, it's a good bill.
Were you able to meet with any senators or representatives? Yep. Can you say who you met with and what you talked about?
I met with Senator Dave Brown, very receptive, handed him both the Senate file and the House file. He's aware of them, but wasn't aware of how it affects individuals in his district. And, like I mentioned to him, there's husband, I'm a father, grandfather, and these are normal husband and wives working in this corrections field, and they come from every way of life, just trying to do a job.
What would you say to people who aren't here today to get them to come?
I would say it starts basically taking an active interest, not only in your community, but with your union, as far as coming down to find out actually what goes on. There's been a lot of work put into this, and for me it's quite an eye-opener. Amount of busy schedule that's going on down there today. A lot of things going on.
And I represent over 800 Minnesota State University Association of Administrative and Service faculty, many of whom are here with me today. Or more simply, we go by ASF. We're the third faculty union within the MnSCU system. We're also proud to be affiliated with the Teamsters Local 320. One of the wonderful aspects of this partnership is our combined interest in issues that transcend higher education. I'd like to also begin by thanking you and this committee for your ongoing commitment to the students.
I'm Adam Klepetar, that's A-D-A-M-K-L-E-P-E-T-A-R. I'm really glad that I came to Lobby Day today. I got the opportunity to meet with my representatives. I got to meet leaders, mostly on the Democratic side, who are supporting higher education initiatives and higher education funding. I think one of the most important things for our members is for folks in the legislature to know that there are 3 faculty unions. I testified to the House Subcommittee on Higher Ed today and highlighted the need for increased funding to support our contract negotiation process, to make sure that they know who we are, and to create an environment where we can best help our students be successful.
What would you say to people who...
I think that people who didn't come, I actually understand it. This was a new thing that we've done, and it would be scary, but now we've had a group of almost 60 people show up today from ASF, and we were really able to engage and opened up some doors that maybe weren't open before, and I think in the future we'll have more people, and I hope that if you didn't come, that you'll be one of us. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great opportunity to become a leader in our organization.
So I'd like to just leave you by saying how important it is that you're here today, and the conversations that you have with the legislators in your districts about what matters to you makes all the difference in the world. Sometimes in the Capitol, people work really, really hard, but if you're not careful, all you do is talk to reporters and lobbyists and other legislators. And so having people in here to tell about what it's really like in your communities is so important. Thank you so much for letting me come and say hello.
Thank you.
And thank you for all the work that you do. I was the first in my family to get a college education. So my grandfather was a Teamster, and I've been asked over here if I would please share my grandfather's story. My grandfather was a Teamster back in 1934. He participated in the strikes in '34 and was present when law enforcement opened fire on the non-violent strikers. And then in 1939, at the University of Minnesota, the federal government told many of the women, mostly African American women over the age of 50, that if they could be on welfare, they needed to go home because the men needed their jobs, and told them that they were going to cut their pay and extend their hours. My grandfather participated in that strike, and he was stabbed and then tried by the federal government for conspiracy because he struck against the government. They indicted more than 125 Teamsters who were participating in the strike there, and they tried them, and the Teamsters and unions across the country negotiated that 5 people would go to prison and 125 people would be let out of jail. And I'm proud to say that my grandfather served 8 months in federal prison on behalf of the Teamsters. That law was later declared unconstitutional under freedom of speech. As you know, we all have the right to strike against the government. But I want you to know that I come from the roots of labor.
So if you could start by saying your name, spelling it, and where you work.
James Burnett, James Burnett. Work at Metro State University in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Robbie Burnett, R-O-B-B-I-E, B-U-R-N-E-T-T. I work for Minnesota State University, Mankato.
What brought you guys to Lobby Day today?
We came here just so we could express our voice about our concerns with the future of our contract. So we just want to support other New South employees as well as ourselves and getting our voices heard about the contract.
What's something that you would say to people who aren't here today?
If you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Yeah. Definitely show up and show out when you heard.